so the rules and current score are on screen right now. Pause if you need to. I'm at a pretty high score. Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna redo that recording. On top of the fact that I already kind of stutter here and there already. It's because I have a lot of things to say at times. Even though, as I get into it, though, 7th Curse, all perks, I see something. Miku, 7th Curse, all perks, though 2. Let's see. As I realize that I need to conflate a lot more. Conflate? Close. Conflate? There was something in front of me. Hold on a moment. Second encounter, dexterity, light, knowledge. Second mystery, maybe charisma. We may or may not care, but if nothing else, we're taking 3 stamina, 3 reason at the lighthouse. If we do not get the heavy duty, which would be a nice thing to get, but we'll see if it gives it to me RNG wise. Now that I have the funds to grab stuff, we'll see. So yeah, well, basically, so what I was saying before is I want to. We're on 7th. We're on 7th Curse. Let's just sell these notes and basically cut down the amount of things I'm trying to do. Even more so than I already am, because, well, I'm about to lose a lot of time in real life. So we'll see what happens. If anything serious happens, I'll let you know through the YouTube discussions page. And yeah, as we do have Ward, Ramen, and what was that? Sailors, Arms, and Flood. Oh, none of these are great. I can try to arrest this one. The question is, I still need to take something else. Do we Arms immediately? I would like a perk, but we'll see. Since we don't need to prepare for funds, we can do this. Theoretically, we get this. 10 to all stats, but we only have about 3 stat checks, right? At most, we have dexterity and knowledge. Otherwise, I'm going to re-roll a few times. Yeah, we might as well re-roll. If nothing else, try to find something useful, like this. Even though all that really does is give me back my stuff. Human enemies. Sailors. Ramen. There are a good number of human enemies I could run into. Will it make a difference, is the question. Maybe. So we're gonna do anatomy class, Miku, with hardware shop, because we have all perks, obviously. And into the monkey wrench, and let's go monkey wrench. So we depending on how high our strength stat goes. We'll check one more time. Yeah, okay. On we go. Yeah, depending on how high our strength goes, we could get upwards of 12 damage per turn for a full hit, but I mean, there's not really much else I could do about that. Also, was that a max threat level downtown? I forgot to do the thing again. I might still want to prepare for funds, but we'll see if I should. So downtown, what else? Mansion, downtown. Yeah, downtown. That. Yeah, maybe I should have prepared instead. Anywho, moving onward. Yeah, really hoping I run into at least, what would that have to be? 3 human enemies, and I really have to fight them, because otherwise it doesn't pay itself off. Anatomy class is, I think it's one of the more useful ones, but I still wouldn't. You could persuade me that it's not good. 4 strength, I get nothing from that, don't I? Yeah, I get nothing from that. So, we're hoping for a lot here as I prep into this. Yeah, prep 70, so pretty 50-50. 50-50 chance. Yeah, this is pretty much 50-50. Because we are on a Thotu, so we get extra damage. So that we could do 14 damage per turn. Again, though, we have to take a full hit of damage. So we actually trade reason here, because if we are in Timeline B Arms, this boss is going to hurt me. So let's lower our doom even more. However, we can rest once. So again, we really just traded a lot of reason for both doom and stamina. But then this, though, I'm going to trade stamina. And let's see how lucky we are. We're on A. As soon as you can see the silhouette in the shadow, or you can see the form in the shadows, you're on A. If it black screens before you even see the text, that's what I'm reacting to anyway, when I see if we're on Timeline A or B Arms. Into Ward next or into Flood next? Into Ward next. What are my effects? Fetid Fumes. So, pretty much don't want to rest. If I have to rest, I have to rest. And we're gonna handcuff our friend, maybe. It is a human enemy, but we are in a Thotu at the same time. So, I don't need a crowbar, so we're just gonna take the stamina hit. And hope we're gonna be healthy enough to get into Flood and then pretty much rest the whole way through. Although we do still want a good number. Something that I, not noticed, but something that I saw people talking about here and there about Flood, aside from, you know, whether or not you should be resting for Doom at all, among other things, is that it doesn't need to be harder, is essentially what I'm trying to get at here. Because I could talk about what I see here and there. I'm just going to actually not cut this out because I need to think for a moment. We could store, yeah, let's store that first and then improv a bunch. Yeah, so Flood doesn't need to be harder, not really, because the boss is already, like, unavoidable. So having an unavoidable boss, like, even if it does, like, 1 damage on easy difficulties, which means it does 2 on Harbinger, depending on its HP values, because bosses are normally at least 24 HP, it can mean a lot of bad things. But on average, it's not great. And right now, we have a lot of bosses that are not like that. So, you know, and if, at minimum, they do 3 damage sometimes. And if you're on a Thotu Harbinger, they do even more. So, you really gotta be careful, both in suggestions and in, you know, if anyone decides to mod an event, what you decide to add in as a boss. Although, not a lot of people are going to be listening to this at this point in time, or any time in the near future. So, but again, if for no one else than myself to remind myself, maybe I'll remember while I'm making enemy, oh, I want to do this, like 44 HP. And then I accidentally did that, by the way. I meant to do something else. Whoops. Hopefully we won't need all of that, although that was a big mistake. Good thing I wasn't recording. Yeah, so that was a really big mistake. But hopefully we still do well with Miku and stuff. That being said, as I do get a sewing kit, so actually, yeah, not actually having a... well, and then I get improvised, so really just kicking myself right now. But we're going to take strength, and we'll go. So what was I saying? Forgot what I was saying. Moving on. So... yeah, but yeah, that's what it was. Basically balancing bosses. Yeah, the bosses we have right now are already well enough, and pretty much 1 for every, what, 1 to every 5 bosses that are unavoidable. That's not so bad. As I get close, 90%. This is the important one. Unless I can do something better. Those are handcuffs. That is not something I can throw. Actually, I can do better, right? 9? Yeah, so just throw 2 and then do this. It could probably have done better, but it's too late. I've already made the actions. But if I could just attack into a kick, then, or maybe, anywho. Moving on. But yeah, balancing bosses, be careful. Not too much HP, and if you're gonna do that much HP, you might as well make it a, well, -2, really, if we're being serious, because I don't want people to keep balancing for Harbinger, but at the same time, that's what pretty much the more experienced players are gonna be playing, just straight up, so, I mean, you know. Yeah, so I need another point in strength, which I won't get unless I plan to grab every single researcher, but I don't want to do that, because then my Doom's gonna go too high. What I can do is do this, but yeah, 3 boosts in a strong twice, but I don't think I want to do that. So I'd rather do this and then take my free out. This is an Eldritch enemy, by the way. But it's fine, because Monkey Wrench plus a Thotu means I can 2-turn this. Which makes bracing... Again, that's why at this point in time, Thotu can be a boon some of the time. Because with the power of the brace action, you get more out of the numbers than the enemy gets out of hitting you. But in the numbers pretty much still work out for you and against the enemy. Whether you're taking damage and they're taking damage, or you dealing damage and them dealing damage to you. You get what I mean. Theologist, please. So again, all of this information is kind of redundant, but to keep it, you know, to keep myself to and remember what is, either if what I'm saying is wrong and I correct myself later or not, you know. I think I need like 3 investigations, so I can only rest once, so I'm just gonna rest the whole way through. No point holding it off. And let's get out of this village. I should be able to brace into an attack, but I don't think I get anything else out of it. And yeah, and it's not a guaranteed attack either, but I can do 2 attack boosts. And number-wise, I mean, 60% isn't the greatest subjectively, but number-wise, this should kind of work out. Although I should have... No, don't rush this, because while defeating this enemy right here is great for survival, not really much else. Although not hitting all of this is really doing a number on me, so I'd like to hit this soon. 60%, by the way. I hate anyone who tells me to rely on RNG, by the way. This is not 60%, by the way. So, yeah, this is pain. I don't really have much else. So, we'll see how much I can hit. Otherwise, I have to start hoping on a dream. 60%, by the way. 60%, like I'm not going crazy. I can only laugh. So what we have to do now is trade stamina at this point. Even if I had extra damage from a researcher, it doesn't matter because I kept missing. I might save an extra turn out of it, cool, but watch me start hitting a lot more of these. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep taking stamina until we pretty much die. And yeah, that'll be the end. I'll still try to survive, but there's only so much I can try to do. Like, so I should be hitting like a good number of the. I'm gonna go back and count. Actually, I always talk about doing something like that, but I never really do. All right, so I need a dodge now. Otherwise, I'm dead, just straight up. So, without further ado, if this is the end of the video, then this is the end of video. But, oh my goodness!